flip.
This is what he's gonna use.
Yeah.
We call this tortilla presser. You've seen them in those Mexican stores.
It's made out of wool.
And there's two plastics in between. Ziploc plastic bags would work. You just cut them.
Okay. Let's see. Let me turn on some lights for some better effect. Let me get this little one too. Okay. So, you won't be able to tell, maybe you will, it's a high definition camera.
Yeah, go like this when you're
but
done. This is what you're looking for.
We'll see, it's kind of, I guess it's kind of like Play-Doh, but
Yeah.
it just didn't seem to be, it's one of those deals, you'll get it out of experience.
And when you're getting your little balls, it's the size of the tortilla.
Right.
That's what he's looking for, the
Now that you
size of
said
the
that, I think I
tortilla
get
that
it
he's
more.
gonna make. You'll get the hang of it. The more you do it, the better you get.
I like to put it, well, left-hander.
See,
Right.
Mother is a left-hander,
You
so
can swing around me.
thank you.
And out of experience, I like to go a little bit closer to the hinges.
Just mash it like a sandwich.
And so this is where the dryness, if it's too wet, one of the first things you'll notice is this top layer of plastic. It'll be stuck to it, some pieces will. And if it passes that test, it could be so wet, it could be wet enough to where, or moist enough to where it doesn't want to peel on the last half. The last half is the most difficult, and this isn't hot enough, by the way. So when I'm going to try, if it's not hot enough, what's going to happen is it's going to slowly cook the tortilla, and it's going to be like a loaf of bread. You want it to be kind of seared, you want to see brown marks. So it has a presentation effect to it, and also texture, because if it cooks slowly, it's going to be like crunchy all the way through, and you're wanting soft. So you want it burnt on, well, not burnt, but you want it cooking most on the outside, and then as the tortillas rest on each other, the theory is that they'll cook each other kind of slower. So while these are blazing hot, and I can even go hotter because I know I have a hard time with this getting as hot as I can. Like, it gets so hot that it actually burns the hair on my arm, but whatever. So you have any plans today? Oh, church?
Yeah, church, and then
Got flour over here.
then I go. Yeah, don't worry. Yesterday I made tortillas and I got a little messy.
Yes.
Yeah.
These might be a little dry, but there's so much masa here that to add too much, or to even add water at the moment, is kind of something I don't want to mess with at this time. I mean, I could, but why make it possibly more, and why possibly ruin it? So.
Another thing, you can put it in a little bowl and just sprinkle, moist your hand,
Yes.
and then work the.
If anything, I'll try to get the more wet areas. It's probably on the drier side. Actually, I can tell because this is pretty dry. But like I said, there's so much masa that messing with it is kind of risky. So you should hear like a fizzle. A fizzle's a good indicator of good amount of heat. And so as we've been talking here, my lovely mother, the one working the camera, I remembered what she did before. She's used to working with flour tortillas, and something in her technique was to, I'll demonstrate it. It was to do kind of one of these maneuvers, and you can see these air bubbles developing. Now, I don't know how it works, but when you do that, it really causes those air bubbles to stick the opposite side. It's inflating in the middle, but not on the bottom. And it's actually, if this is a good demonstration, it'll stick the pan, and you can't work the corn that way. You gotta, I'll show you in a second. So that could probably be worked a little bit more. That's pretty thick. That's good bread right there. So we're gonna let this cook a couple 10 seconds. And I think I might get my hands wet again a little bit for this masa on the bottom. It's drier. And, so let's check this out and see if it sticks. Oh yeah, it's a good demonstration. Oh! As you can see, it fell apart for one, but these little imprints of brown, I don't know how it's done, I don't know the physics, but if you're having problems, it could be the application of the masa onto the oh, it's really hot up here.
Yeah, you have
I don't know, I'll do something with that. So you don't slam it onto the pan. I don't know why, but the air bubbles develop. And
I'll give you a little plate so you can put that, the old, here you go, honey. You can put that in there because you're busy.
And so the proper way to do it, and the way that'll get you every time a good non-sticky, I don't know how that works, I don't know, but
Something about air, I think. Like the first time you explained it to me a long time ago, so I remember when you told me it was getting too much air.
yeah, I can't quite figure it out, but those air pockets come up somehow. Anyways, the proper way is I'm gonna do it over exaggerated, but essentially this is what you want to do without burning your hand. Just kind of lay it in there. That's it. Alright folks. Tinfoil works good if you're not going to eat it right after, or right after you're done making it. Keep the heat in and the moisture in. The moisture's good because the stuff dries out real quick. And it gets really crunchy and it's basically ruined after it dries. You can't really do much with it. Oh, I could use a spoon. But see that burnt stuff? And you can also see pockets of not quite cooked. That'll cook as we add more corn tortillas because they stay pretty warm. It's kind of an experiment. I kind of like mine on the soft side, undercooked. So it's funny to say when you're talking about corn, but the softness is what it's about. I think a lot of people put lard in here to fat is a good good softener, keeps things soft. What's Dad working on?
When we get our miniature goats, so the goats can stay away from those little tiny trees because they'll eat them up.
But yeah, you gotta have it hot because if it doesn't cook properly on the surface, then like I say, it's gonna slowly cook it. Or like I've said before, it's gonna slowly cook it, and it's not gonna have the same texture as. It's not gonna have the crunchy exterior with the softer interior. It's gonna be kind of more hard throughout. See all that steam? And I'm not doing a very good job, but the idea here is they might be a little undercooked for the sake of softness of the dough. We kind of want them to have a muffin interior. So the idea is that these are hot. Like I can't keep my hand on them. And the idea is they're cooking. They're helping to finalize the dough. There's some more burnt hair. I can smell it as soon as it catches and feel it. So the idea is to kind of have a muffin interior, that way it's soft. And if you cook it too slow, well, you're going to have I can't think of any example, but you're going to have a hard bread throughout the exterior and in the interior of the flour of the dough. Anyways, that pretty much concludes.
Yep, and enjoy the tortillas.
Yes.